Vincent Amen, who happens to be Frank Cassio's childhood friend, is currently alleging he had been aware of Michael Jackson's guilt way back in 2004. He is alleging this not only on Netflix, but also on other occasions. So let's see what Vincent Amen has written in 2013 in the book A Life for Love, Michael Jackson Stories You Should Have Heard Before. The book was published in the mentioned year 2013, which is 9 years after the incidents which Vincent Amen is now alleging occurred. He contributed a 4-page true story of his experiences with Michael Jackson to the book. His chapter is entitled The Charitable Efforts of MJ. And of course, with MJ, Amen is referring to Michael Jackson. I'm gonna read you an excerpt of this chapter, starting on page 94, line 18. Quote, "Working for Michael taught me many lessons, but 2 have engraved themselves deep inside my mind. First, I learned that when you're successful with what you do, such as Michael, it is important to always give something back to the people, not once, but every day. Often it is not material things, but more importantly, love, kindness, and appreciation. Secondly, through working for him, I also experienced how it feels to be falsely accused by people in front of a global audience, people you trusted and helped, such as Janet Arvizo. I will never forget that terrible experience and therefore can relate to what Michael had to endure almost all his life." Unquote. I will show you now how Amen recently reacted when, on June the 4th, he was confronted concerning his credibility. After that, I will continue to read Amen's true story.
It just kept piling on top of each other, and it was an indication that there was something occurring with children. In 2007, and I have been very outspoken about this, in 2004, I actually met with Tom Sneddon and the Santa Barbara prosecutors to provide information to them of what I saw. If you see an instance of child sexual abuse, you are to come forward. And I also came forward in 2007. I walked into an FBI building in New Jersey, New York FBI.
Wait a second. Why didn't they use you as a witness if you were so believable in 2004 on the eve of the trial? Why didn't they use you? Why didn't anyone else believe you then? Why should we believe you now?
I don't think it was a question of believing or not believing. I think it was a question of, I didn't fit the case. I didn't fit their narrative. And you see, I was accused of many things, holding them hostage, and when that was just totally, absolutely false. So when I went in there, I didn't fit their narrative, because in a trial in the United States,
you didn't fit their narrative, or they did not believe you. They did not believe you. You were an incredible witness.
I didn't fit their narrative. I'm the one that's being accused, and I went forward. Listen, it's not about believable and non-believable.
I will continue reading now on page 95, line 17. Quote, "I would like the world to know that the whole situation was a setup, an entrapment which led to the Michael Jackson trial. Janet Arvizo pushed her children to call Michael daddy for an apparent gain of money, fortune, and fame. However, all this pain and torture did not stop his charitable efforts in the years following the trial. Michael once said to me, 'I want to help all the children of the world.' This seemed like an overreaching statement to me at first. However, I must admit that through his charitable ways, he did contribute to help many, and it seems that he did accomplish his statement in a lot of aspects. There are numerous examples that show the good nature of Michael." Unquote. The next paragraph contains Amen's description of how Michael Jackson put his heart into a charity event that took place at his home, the Neverland Valley Ranch. I will go ahead now after that on page 96, line 11. Quote, "Another time, when Michael was exiting the gates of Neverland, he stopped his car to talk to a waiting fan. When he heard that this fan's younger brother had cancer, he opened up his car door and invited the fan into his limousine to specifically tell him about it. As the empathetic person that he was, Michael wanted to reach out to this sick child and make him feel better. Knowing he was sick with cancer at such a young age, he wanted to do something special for him and for his family. That's the way he was. He took the time to reach out to people in need, despite his very busy schedule, and at least tried to make them feel better and give them something to look forward to, something like a telephone call from Michael Jackson or a visit to his ranch. While staying at Neverland, I often witnessed Michael allowing groups of underprivileged children to come and tour the ranch, enjoy the rides of his amusement park, watch a movie in his theater, and have food and candies as they wished. Eventually, Michael would then choose a moment to meet these groups of children, and sometimes join them to tour his ranch with them. Michael told me the joy of these children made him happy, and he believed that this special day, full of fun, gave them, sometimes for the first time in their life, a feeling of being welcome and being special. And he hoped that they would remember this day and it would help them to be inspired and not lose hope in difficult situations of their life. I realized Michael's true inspiration were children. He always included children in his work, his shows, and he would keep enlarged photos and posters of children over his working areas. Michael said, "The innocence of children and being childlike inspired him and his music and how he lived at the ranch, which was all geared and centered around that fun time of being a child." Michael donated to so many charities and helped so many people from behind the scenes, without the public or press knowing about it. If we take something from his example, it should be that giving is important, and to help one another should be a part of our daily lives. Michael, I saw firsthand your work and your wish to make this world a better place, and you truly excelled. I saw your charitable efforts, and they made and make a difference for so many people. I also saw firsthand what Jenny Daviso tried to accomplish, and she truly failed in front of the world." Unquote.
I don't know.
So I went in to provide information.
How incredible you were compared
and
to
tell
someone
my
else who was
story.
incredible. A liar
I'll
to
tell you what,
a liar
let me bring
still equals a liar.